Employers Association is calling for an emergency economic response strategy to the coronavirus crisis. The association fears there would be massive job losses and has called for interventions to cushion workers and protect their jobs. They have released a circular to that effect, and my colleague Norvan Akwa-Hayford has been going through it. He joins me in the studio. Norvan, so what economic response strategy are employers seeking?
Okay, so first and foremost, they are talking about this emergency response where they are saying that government needs to involve them in the organizing of the stimulus package that would lessen the impact of any lockdown or the impact of this coronavirus, which has hit us, on businesses and households.
Okay, and so they're also making other key demands, including a COVID-19 interruption loan scheme to cushion businesses.
Yes, the COVID-19 the interruption loan scheme, they call it, is actually some kind of loan scheme that they are seeking for small scale, medium enterprises in this country. Now, what they are asking is that if that is given, that will help lessen the impact. And this kind of loan should not come with interest payment. And so they feel that in as much as there's some kind of loan facilities that is available, because don't forget that the Bank of Ghana had put in place certain measures, and we're told that that has been able to free some 3.6 billion Ghana cedis, which,
right,
people or businesses could go to the banks and take these monies. But at what rate? That is the question that is being raised by the Ghana Employers Association. And these same people are also talking about government deferring payment of VAT and income tax payment. So which means that they're saying that, look, for the next 3 months, they are begging government that, all the VAT payments that they need to do and the income tax that they need to pay should be deferred for at least 6 months for the income tax and 3 months for VAT, so that these businesses will be able to reorganize themselves and be able to withstand the shocks that they are going through as far as the COVID-19 is concerned.
And I guess the most important part, as I read the circular, was the fact that they are concerned about jobs that are going to be lost during this time of the pandemic.
Yeah, so when it comes to the jobs, they're saying that, look, the jobs that can be lost is so huge. And so, one, they are asking government, and let me just read from the document that he said, in the unlikely event of a total business closures in the country, there will be the need for government to support affected organizations in the following ways. One, support in the payment of workers' salaries for the period of the closure of the business. That means that if there is a lockdown, if there's going to be a lockdown, it means the businesses are going to be shut down. And so they're saying that government then must come in and support in the payment of salaries. And then also in the event of a layoff of workers or a consequence of pandemic, government would also have to support in the payment of redundancy packages. And of course, it looks like it's inevitable because already, if you recall, in the hotel sector,
there are massive layoffs.
Massive layoffs is already happening. Now, if you look at the SME sector, I'm sure that Becca, that's the Salon on Wheels, was here.
The small businesses are
they've already sent people home. And so what Ghana Employers Association is saying is that government, you need to take a look at this. And then even let's look at how you can participate in ensuring that if people even need to go home, how do we pay for their redundancy packages? And government may have to put in some packages to help them.
And they're calling for support to be able to produce locally. Around this time there are restrictions when it comes to imports and exports. Countries are being very careful. What kind of support are they asking in that regard?
Okay, so when it comes to this kind of support, what they are saying is that, listen, we have challenges in the country. We need government to help us, and most especially when it comes to the raw materials that they need. And these raw materials, some can be found in country, others will have to come from outside. And if you have to import, don't forget you need to pay duties at the port and all that. And so they are saying that government needs to intervene, help, talk to certain countries. And if you look at the pharmaceutical sector, we talked about the essential ingredients that were needed, to help even produce sanitizers. At a point, we didn't have sanitizers on the market. You had to take manufacturing, that is the beverage manufacturers, to decide that they would, go in there. So they're saying government needs to support them. So in the nutshell, if you read their press release or circular that they have issued, they are asking for government stimulus package, and they're saying that, look, if government needs to put together any package, they need to be part of it.
Okay. Now.